got to pump it up, don't you know? Pump it up. You got to pump it up, don't you know? Pump it up. You got to pump it up, don't you know? Pump it up. You got to pump it up, don't you know? Pump it up. You got to pump it up, don't you know? Pump it up. You got to pump it up, don't you know? Pump it up. You got to pump it up, don't you know? Pump it up. You got to pump it up, don't you know? Pump it up. You got to pump it up, don't you know? Pump it up. You got to pump it up, don't you know? Pump it up. You got to pump it up, don't you know? Pump it up. You got to pump it up, don't you know? Pump it up. You got to pump it up, don't you know? Pump it up. You got to pump it up, don't you know? Pump it up. You got to pump it up, don't you know? Pump it up. You got to pump it up. Don't you know? Pump it up. You got to pump it up. Don't you know? Pump it up. You got to pump it up. Don't you know? Pump it up. You got to pump it up. Don't you know? Pump it up. You got to pump it up. Don't you know? Pump it up. You got to pump it up. Don't you know? Pump it up. You got to pump it up. Up, 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 don't you know? Pump it up. You got to pump it up. Don't you know? Pump it up. You got to pump it up. Don't you know? Pump it up. You got to pump it up. Don't you know? Pump it up. You got to pump it up.
Oh, get out of here! We don't need you. Disbelief, baby! What have we been talking about for the last week? We will price in the ETF. We said that the fake news will get people to shit their pants. And what have we seen? We're seeing the Sidelinooors poop their pants. They don't want to miss out again. They don't want to miss out again. They're not going to miss out on the real ETF pump. So we will price it in beforehand. And what do you know? The whole wick that everyone was scared of earlier this week is now gone. Let's freaking go, fellas. Let's get this shit, baby. Let's get this shit, baby. I know it's a black screen. I know it's a black screen, guys. I know it's a black screen. I was doing it on purpose for the cinematic effect. All right, let's go, baby. What's going on, QM? What's going on, Mr. Hart? Darren, what's up? Mr. Hart says 38K waiting room. Well, let's get through 30K first, but I'm down, bro. I'm down. Let's get 30K. Let's get 38K rocking, boys. Let's freaking go. Anyways, Bitcoin moved to 30,253. After all freaking day, I saw on Twitter and Discord bears just trying to short every single little move. And I say, keep shorting. Keep shorting. You're just going to fuel this thing to go higher. Okay? Because Sidelinoors are shitting their pants right freaking now. If you don't own Bitcoin right now, you're shitting your pants. You're shitting your pants right now. And this is why I said, guys, pullbacks, if this is really bullish, there will be no pullback. It will be shallow pullbacks of a couple $100 and then a push higher. And that's what we've seen, really, since that ETF news. The fake ETF news, I should say. So let's get this shit. 29,800. Man, I want to play Pump It Up again. I want to play it. I want to freaking play it again. Skillful. Let's go, baby. Let's go. Franco said Bronson rip. Well, let's not make fun of Bronson yet. okay? Because we are at a major resistance, and we'll talk about that now, okay? No, let's not get, I want to get like, over exuberant. I love to get over exuberant. I think Bitcoin's gonna push higher here personally, but let's remember we are at 30K resistance, which we have been rejected at twice, right? So just be careful here. But the third time's the charm, as they say. Let's freaking go. What's going on, fear and loathing? This can't be happening. I need Bitcoin to go back to 28K, to 26K. Well, here's the thing. Here's the thing, guys. Here's the thing. Okay. What have we talked about retail saying? It's not, don't even look at the charts. Everyone's going to try to short the chart. It ain't about the chart right now. Psychologically, what are people thinking? Oh shit, I'm going to miss the real ETF pump. If this is what we are doing before ETF, what will happen during the real ETF? We are going to go to like 50K. I cannot miss out on that pump. I must get in now. I missed the fake ETF pump. I will not miss the real one. I will not miss it. I must get Bitcoin exposure now. It could happen any day. It's ridiculous. Bitcoin is a scam. The stock market is going lower and Bitcoin is pushing up. It is decorrelated. This is bullshit. This makes no sense. We are going into a recession. Why are we moving up? I wanted to buy lower. Right? And sometimes the psychology of the market is more important than the chart. Sometimes. What's going on, Crypto Chris? The William crap to 45K. It's a slow grind up, man. We've talked about the slow grind up. It's not going to be a parabolic move. It's going to be slow grind. You're going to get a couple hundred move up, a little bit of a pullback. Couple hundred move up, a little bit of a pullback. So 29,720. Now, this is where we get a little bit cautious, right? So we've gotten the big move, okay? We've gotten the bulk of this move. From wherever you started to get bullish. I started to get bullish around 26K when we started holding that. We got a good size move here, but now we're back at resistance. And this is where we get slightly cautious, right? This doesn't mean, Bitcoin can't break up, right? I think, but you got to understand that. I always say that you got to understand. Oh man, I think everyone says that. I think Maj started saying it because of everyone. I don't know. But we're back at 30K, right? We have been at this level once, twice, 3 times. And we've seen Bitcoin fall from this level 2 times before. So let's stay cautious. Let's stay vigilant. But you know what? We did break 30K today. So you know what? I think the bulls deserve a little bit of this. Okay? But, let's get this. I think the guys deserve a little bit of this. Mullahs! If you are with me! Last week, no one would spam the sword and shield. Now I bet everyone will. No one would put sword and shield in the chat. But if you are good, if you are feeling the green, spam that sword and shield. We will push this higher. The bears must keep getting squeezed for being non-believers. They faded Larry Fink. They faded BlackRock, the biggest company in the world. What idiots! Pump it! Let's go, baby. Shout out to my Vikings, man. I hope we got the swords and shields in the chat. We got a little bit more swords and shields. We got a little bit more swords and shields today. All right. We're getting a little bit of optimism back in the market. I still sense disbelief, though. I do. I still sense it. How many peeps we got in here? If we don't have over 500 peeps, there's a lot. We're still in disbelief. But we got 300 peeps and Bitcoin's at 30K? Dude, last time we were at 30K, it was hype, euphoria. I think we had over 1,000 people in here. We got 1/3 of the people in here than last time we were at 30K. Think about that for a second. If that doesn't spill disbelief, I don't know what does, right? This is fantastic. You don't want to see over exuberance. and this is fantastic. This is the best thing we could ask for. Honestly, like I love it. I honestly love this shit, man. I love this shit, man. Let's get this. What's going on, Dylan? Let's go, man. Dirk Jensen, what's going on, bro? What's going on, Dirk? Yeah, I mean, if you faded Larry Fink, guys, literally Larry Fink 4 days ago, okay? 4 days ago, I'll show you where Larry Fink got bullish. Guys, he said the most bullish thing at the 200-day moving average, guys. Like, and the 200-day moving average, and we've talked about this before. For the last 2 years, the 200-day moving average has been like the most important thing to watch. When we're below it, it tends to act as resistance, right? So we got resistance here, we push lower. We got resistance here, we push lower. But what did we do? We broke back above it here on the fake news. We pushed down, we back tested it. And on that back test, bro, Larry Fink came out of his shell, okay? The most powerful man in the world, guys. I don't think we understand the magnitude of this. The most powerful man in the world came out and said, yeah, I think, I think we're seeing Bitcoin's moving up despite the stock market moving down. I think we're seeing a flight to quality. We're seeing a flight to quality. And we know I've said that Bitcoin is going to transcend the way we think about money. And people aren't taking that seriously. And I would tell you guys this, it's a flight to quality. Okay. And we faded it. And we faded it, guys. Right off the 200-day moving average, boom. Shot up. Just like, when's the last time we tested the 200-day? Right here. And we know what happened last time, fellas. Right? We tested the 200-day moving average back here in March during the banking crisis, and we absolutely mega pumped off that level. What have we done since? We bounced off this, and we've mega pumped up. Right? And listen, it's below it, the Luna crash. Right? We've had some fantastic moves when we reclaim that. So it's good stuff. We got some work to do, but man, I've said this before. I think the most bullish thing about this is that you're seeing Bitcoin move up while Bitcoin dominance moves up. And that's the most important thing at this part of the cycle. If alts were pumping more than Bitcoin, and I know some are, right? Solana's doing very, very well. Stacks is killing it. There's some altcoins that are killing it right now. INJ, killing it. But we want to see Bitcoin outperform altcoins in general. That's how you know the move is real. And that's what we're seeing right now. And that's why this move, I believe in this move. Unless we start seeing like meme coins popping off. If we see meme coins popping off, it's over. Sell everything you got, get out of the market. But right now, we aren't seeing that. We're not seeing over-exuberance or greed. We're seeing people understanding and realizing, shit, I should be getting into Bitcoin, right? And that's the most bullish thing that's happening right now. In my opinion. And listen, it's like I said, I don't think this is going to be parabolic. I think it's just going to be a slow grind up. On every little dip, the bears are going to think it's going to dump, and then it just keeps going higher. It's going to be beautiful. It's going to be beautiful, man. Shout out to Koss has been killing it. Koss has been, dude, there's some altcoins that have been doing pretty good, guys. Which is I like that, right? Ultimately, like I said, I don't want to see altcoins go lower. I prefer them actually just to kind of settle. And I prefer Bitcoin to get its solo rally, and then altcoins start to run. Guys, even though we might be bearish on altcoins, I want altcoin season. Trust me, there's nothing better than altcoin season, man. Let's go, man. More people talking about cost. Let's freaking go. Let's get it, baby. More people talking about cost. Anyways, yeah, the daily, all of a sudden that daily looked like shit, right? You go to the weekly time frame. Where's the wick? Where's the wick? Now, be careful. I will say this again. We're at resistance, right? This is where you got to be a little bit cautious, right? Because we're back in this box, where this box has been a tough time for Bitcoin really since like May of 2022, where we fell below it, resistance dumped, resistance dumped, resistance dumped. Now we're back into that box again. But how many times can we hit that box and you not break to the upside, right? How many times? How long can they keep this balloon underwater, right? Because we've talked about this, guys. If you look at this as a range, right? We've said this many times. If you look at this as a range, and if you guys like to range trade, I love to range trade, right? If you look at this as a range, and we look at this as a rule, where we broke below the old 2021 range, and if we reclaim back in the range, what's the rule? we target the range high. And that's why I think this level is so important. That's why the bears are really trying to keep it below that level. Or the powers that be are trying to keep it below that level so they can accumulate more before we go higher. I think as soon as we break back in this range, it's going to get crazy. But are we going to do it now? That's obviously the question. We don't know, right? We don't freaking know. All I know is, once again, I'll say this again. I don't know who's selling their Bitcoin on drops at this point. When we got the halving that's 6 months away, when we got the most powerful man in the world. We're not talking Elon Musk. Elon Musk is a powerful man. But we're talking a guy who has trillions of dollars in assets saying that Bitcoin's going to transcend the way we think about money. Dude, next year is looking nice, man. I honestly, I don't think I've ever been more bullish. Honestly, like looking forward to the long term in the future, man. I think we got a lot of cool stuff to talk about coming forward, and man, we're just getting to the exciting time. I think over the course of the next few months, it's gonna get crazy. It's gonna get crazy, man. I can't even count that high. Anyways, nothing where you can expect cap gains can be good currency. True. That is true. Wayne, let's go, man. Wayne, honestly, man, I used to look at Wayne a little crazy with his Bitcoin takes, but honestly, the longer I'm sort of in markets, the more I understand the value of Bitcoin, right? I don't know, man. I don't know. The value of Bitcoin is crazy, man. Especially for us in the US, we take it for granted. Guys, if you bought Bitcoin in like Turkey at the beginning of this year, bro, you had your own little bull market. Go look at Bitcoin versus the Turkish currency. Go look at that. That shit like went up like crazy amount. You know what I mean? Like for us, it only went up 2x. But look at the other countries that had crazy inflation. Bitcoin went to the moon. It's crazy shit, man. Anyways, what's going on, Michael Jason? What's up, bro? Good to see you, man. Anyways, I'm done ranting. Bitcoin, 29,755. We're at the weekend. The weekends have been nothing burgers lately. What do we think, guys? We think we're going to get a pump during the weekend? Let's do a poll. I think the poll is going to be bullish today, no matter what. You got to be into Cardano DeFi this bull run. Cardano was my baby last cycle. I'm gonna follow my rule though, where I think the newer altcoins would do better. Anyways, doesn't mean Cardano won't do good. It will. Let's do a poll. Remember the poll we did yesterday? This is the funny part. You remember the poll we did yesterday? We said, will Bitcoin get back over 30K by the end of this year? And I think it was like half people said no. And we did it today. Let's do this. Will BTC get back above 32K by the end of the year? Let's just keep raising the bar every day. Let's just do it, man. We'll Bitcoin get back above 32K by the end of the year. Let me know in the chat and I'll let you know what I think. Yes or no? Will Bitcoin get back above 32K by the end of the year? I'd love to see it, man. Alt pump on the weekend? Let's do it, man. Should we see what Bob's thinking? Let's call Bob. Yo, Bob.
What the hell's going on, man? Shit, bro. Like, oh my God, I'm in SHIB. I am stuck in SHIB and Bitcoin's mooning. Oh my God, man, I should have listened to Ben Cowan. Oh my God, man. Oh, Christ, bro, everyone's celebrating and I'm in SHIB. It's bullshit. Well, here's the thing. At least I got my family. At least I got my meatloaf. And at least I got my Mountain Dew. Christ, man. I just wish I had some Bitcoin, man. I might FOMO into Bitcoin. I might FOMO a little bit into Bitcoin. I'm scared of missing out. Shit, man. I'm done.
World War III looking bullish for BTC? Who knows what's bullish for BTC? All I can say is this whole week, guys, stocks have been crushed and Bitcoin's moved up. I haven't seen anything like this in a long time. To this magnitude. You might see it day by day, but to this magnitude, I haven't seen Bitcoin move up like this with the stock market moving down like it did in a long time, actually. Diversify, Bob. Bob doesn't diversify. He buys SHIB and Doge. He'll probably outperform everyone. You know, if history is going to repeat, who knows? Oh Lord, how's everyone feeling, man? It's a good day today, bro. There was some shit that sort of happened today, and some interesting stuff. I mean, dude, we can look around the altcoin market. I mean, there's some good moves. Once again, I think when we look at altcoins, right? Once again, I think the most important thing to understand about altcoins, we're not trying to time the bottom, right? You don't need the, and I've always said this, you don't need to time the bottom on altcoins. If you buy it 2x higher, listen, instead of getting a 100x, you'll get a 50x. Boo-hoo, right? You don't need to time the damn bottom. But what we'll say is that you've gotten some nice moves. What's funny is, I think the most funny thing about the altcoin moves today, not necessarily funny, but funny is, and it's crazy how the market works. Every altcoin is green, except one. Except one. Can anyone guess the one altcoin that's red? Can anyone guess? I guess the only top 100 altcoin that's red today. Can anyone guess the only red top 100 altcoin? Someone put it in the chat. Someone put it in the chat, fellas. Someone put it in the damn chat. We like polls and XRP at 51.7. Oh, Lord. XRP. The one with bullish news is the one that's red. On everything else is super green today.
Getting bullish at major resistance.
Lord.
I see.
Nah, Link's green today. What do you guys talk about? Link's green today. You guys are crazy. Link's up 4% today. You got XRP down 0.52%. Oh, Lord. Orange juice to the moon. Oh, yeah, XLM is red too. Barely. It's flat. Flat for the most part. Matic. No, not Matic. Not Matic. Not Matic, fellas. Let's see. Jordan was down in the dumps. Nah, man. Listen, there was a time. This is when I started to feel a little bullish, right around here. When Bitcoin was holding here, right? That's when we finally broke up and we held and we held. This is when I get bullish. I don't get bullish here. I get bullish when we start holding major levels, right? So we started getting bullish here, right? We said Bitcoin's looking kind of constructive. And we've gotten a nice move from that. It's been pretty freaking nice, man. It's been pretty freaking nice. Now is where we get, do I think Bitcoin's going higher? I do. I do think Bitcoin's going higher. But am I going to be, slightly cautious here? Also, yes. Also, yes. Look at orange juice on TradingView. Orange juice? We're not going to look at orange juice, bro. Orange juice is its own bull market, man. Let's see. FTT XRP. Yeah. Like I said, I'm not going to go too much on altcoins. I think there's some good moves, but like Sol is the one to watch here. I think for Solana, you know what we can do for Sol?
You got to pump it up, don't you know? Pump it up. You got to pump it up, don't you know? Pump it up.
Come on, baby.
Pump it up, don't you know? Pump it up. You got to pump it up, don't you know? Pump it up. You got to pump it up, don't you know? Pump it up. You got to pump it up, don't you know? Pump it up. You got to pump it up, don't you know? Pump it up. You got to pump it up, don't you know? Pump it up. You got to pump it up, don't you know? Pump it up.
I love it, man. I love it. I love it, man. It's about time we get an altcoin breakout.
Don't you know? Pump it up. You got to pump it up. Don't you know? Pump it up. You got to pump it up. Don't you know? Pump it up. You got to
All right. Enough, pump it up. You gotta love that song, man. You can't be hyped with that song. But we got Sol $27. Sol up 9% today. One of the better movers today. Koss continues to kill it, man. Listen, I don't think you can fade Koss at this point. I just think this thing's bullish, man. Like, we can draw the bearish divergences. We can do all this, man. Koss is just bullish. It just is. Like, and sometimes, you know, you got to look at this from a normal perspective. Above the bull market support band, you just got to be bullish on Koss, man. You know, if you break below it, okay, it's a little bit different story. But when you're just kind of like grinding up above it, man, and yes, you have like a rising wedge, but man, this thing just pumps like mad whenever Bitcoin gets a move up. Stacks back above the bull market support band. Be careful, it's done this before, but Stacks getting a nice move. OP up about 6% today, not too bad. Some decent movers, right? You got a lot of things up 4 or 5%. But still, I think the thing to watch is it's crazy too. Dude, look at the stock market this week, man. This shit got sent. You know, look at the NASDAQ. Look at the NASDAQ this week. This thing got sent to the shadow realm this week. And Bitcoin just did not give a flying F. Now, like, actually, you know, if you look at the S&P or the stocks next week, I might be looking for a bounce next week, right? You look at this, right? You got a bounce, 1, 2, 3 bounces. You're actually coming into that support next week. I'm actually going to look for the stock market to get a bounce next week. And I don't know, man. Bitcoin performing well with the stock market going down. NASDAQ gets a bounce next week. I don't know how Bitcoin's going to perform. Because it's been like inversely correlated to the stock market for whatever reason, bro. It's ridiculous. Rip stonks, man. Bitcoin's in honey badger mode, man. We talked about this. Bitcoin has turned into, I don't know if they're going to have a badger. Let's see if they do. Oh, yeah, they do. They do. Why am I doing like a bird? What sound does a honey badger make? Bitcoin is in honey badger mode, guys. You know, and I've talked about the 2019, 2020 honey badger, where Bitcoin does not give a flying F what's going on with everything else. Okay? And if you tried to short Bitcoin this week based off of how the stock market moved, you got absolutely railed. You got railed up your ass. Do not fade the honey badger. Okay? Don't do it. If you shorten BTC based off the stock market, you've gotten railed up the ass. We don't do that. We don't do that over here. Do your best honey badger. Dude, I did a bird as a honey badger sound. I feel like they're like raccoons. I feel like that's what honey badger. Is this a badger face? What is this? Oh my god, I don't like this. This is creepy. But yeah, man, don't fade the honey badger. Remember, Bitcoin does what it wants, when it wants, how it wants. Usually, yeah. Usually. Not always, though. Oh my god. All right. Anyways. Head and shoulders. Well, here's the thing, right? Head and shoulders. Now, that's the bearish argument, right? The bearish argument is head and shoulders. Now, I've talked about this. I think anyone and their grandma can see a head and shoulders, right? You look at this chart, what do you see? First of all, I think, I think it's more of a range than a head and shoulders. I don't know, man. I think calling this a left shoulder, I think, okay, maybe. But dude, I mean, the left shoulder is almost the same size as the head. This is the bigger shoulder than a freaking Dwight Howard. Dwight Howard doesn't even have a shoulder this big, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, at what point is this just a range? Right? Where you got the top of the range and you got the bottom of the range, rather than just a head and shoulders pattern. You know? Like, dude, like the left shoulder is bigger than Dwight Howard, bro. Head and shoulders, double bottom, take your best shot. You know what I mean? Like, it's ridiculous, bro. Like, and I get it. I get why you look at this as a head and shoulders. Like, you got your left shoulder, you got your head, you got your right shoulder. But I've sort of said this before. Like, unless we're gonna get something happen right here, right? Unless something like something really bearish happens right here, right? When we come into this zone right here. I've said this before, like you can call for a pullback. I think right now Bitcoin's at a point where a little consolidation makes sense over the weekend. We might pull all the way back to like 29K over the weekend or something, right? That's fine. Doesn't matter. It's still, you're still in an uptrend even if Bitcoin pulls back, right? But I've said this before. I don't know who, unless something crazy happens and we got freaking COVID 2.0 coming, who the fuck is selling their BTC right now, right? Okay, if you want to sell upside, I get it. But if Bitcoin starts pulling back 28, 27, 25, I'm just trying to think who's going to be selling their Bitcoin 6 months before the halving, 3 months before an ETF, approval. And I'm trying to think that this like psychology. I just don't get it. I wouldn't understand that from just a psychological perspective. I got it before the fake news. But after the fake news, what did we say? We said sideliners are going to be shitting their pants. They're going to be shitting their pants because they're not going to want to miss out on the real thing. So I don't see people selling. Maybe they sell at 30K, but I don't see them selling 27, 26, 25, knowing that this is happening, unless we get some crazy bearish news up here. Maybe they deny all the ETFs. Then, yeah, we're going down. But, just from a psychological perspective, I don't get that, It is what it is. That is Batman. It is Batman. It is Batman, bro. What about a rate hike? Dude, I don't... The rate hike's not happening. If you look at the Fed futures prediction, I think it's like 99% chance that we're not going to get a rate hike. And every single FOMC meeting, they follow what the market thinks it's going to be, right? So I think I just don't think we're going to get a rate hike, just because we never have gone against what the CME futures thing says, I don't know. Looks like BTC from May 23rd to 29th, 2020 in the weekly when Bitcoin was around 9K. I think the sentiment, I was in the market back there too, and the sentiment, the funny thing is, the sentiment now, right? Look at where we are on the weekly, right? Just look at this logically. First of all, we're above the 50 moving averages. What did we say yesterday? Any dip into the 50 moving averages is a buy based off history. When Bitcoin goes through a bear market, gets back above the 50 moving averages, and closes, any dip back in is a buy, right? Where is that right now? It's between 25 and 27K. I think any dip between 25 and 27K, you're going in. You're going in there. Second of all, I think the sentiment is around the same, right? Remember last time we pumped the 30K, guys? You remember the absolute hysteria and like during this time right here? It was a way different vibe than right now. Way different vibe. And it's very similar. And I would agree to Mr. Hart. Now, I don't know if we're going to do something like this. Okay? Now, I think it's almost the time where like something like this actually isn't that crazy. Why? Because everyone thinks it's crazy, which means it's not crazy. It reminds me over here. And if you were in the market back here, you remember what I'm talking about. Everyone was super pumped when we got this move up right here, right? When Bitcoin went from 9K to the upside to 12K, everyone was super pumped. And if you were in the market, when we got this pullback right here, it doesn't seem like a big thing right now, but it's very similar to what we just had. When we pulled from 12K all the way back down to 9K, this is where a lot of people were like freaking out about COVID, second wave, we're going back down to 3K. Sentiment was shit right here. And all of a sudden, right, out of nowhere, and no one expected a pump like this. No one, I don't care who you were. You weren't expecting a straight moonshot out of nowhere like that, right? The sentiment, I think, is similar in the fact that, yes, the people who here are bullish, but guys, I mean, you can see it in the stream numbers. Last time Bitcoin was at 31K, there was 1,000 people in here. Now I can pull it up. I bet there's less than 400. Let's see. There was 426 people in here, you know? And I've said this before, I think that just goes to show the sentiment shift in just a few months. And last time we were at 31K was like in July. It was like 3 months ago, you know? Half the people have left the space in 3 months. Half the people have left the space in 3 months. Actually, more than that. 60% of people left the space in 3 months. 3 damn months. Right? It's crazy, dude. Actually 420 today. 420. Exactly. That's the amount of money made of COVID. Damn, I wish I was in on the action. It's gonna happen again, man. Fear and greed always comes back into the markets, fellas. You know? I know it doesn't seem like things will ever go up again. Guys, you gotta understand, like, that's how it felt in 2020. It was doom and gloom. You know what I mean? Anyone in the markets during this time right here, anywhere in here, markets still moved up, but it was doom and gloom. Just like this year, Bitcoin's moved up, but it's still doom and gloom. You know? Bitcoin's gone up 2x this year. It's still doom and gloom somehow. You know what I mean? Any other asset, you go up 2x, you're bullish as shit. Bitcoin goes up 2x, it's bearish. You know? And I think that just goes to show the psychology of the market. Just like at COVID, you know? Just like at COVID, you closed at 5,400 on the COVID wick. You moved to 10K, but that whole 2x move was still doom and gloom. You know? And I think you see a lot of the similarities right now, where nothing seems good, but yet prices just keep going up. It makes no sense. Let's see. I want noobs in the chat spamming coins that already pumped. Me too, man. Soon. You know, I think that's coming soon. Not yet. We're still very far away from that point. Right? We're very far away from the noobs coming back. Even Bitcoin moving to 30K is not going to get the noobs back. I don't think noobs come back until we get somewhere around here. I think the noobs will come back because when does the noob like to buy? The noob likes to buy at the 618 fib. Always. It's like a psychological thing. The noob will look at Bitcoin at 48K and be like, damn, that's a buy. So I think when Bitcoin gets to 48K, that's when the noobs are going to start coming back. Any move up until then is just the money that's already in the market. That's already in stable coins, altcoins. That's going to get Bitcoin to 48. And then new money will push it higher. You know? So I think we still got some time to go before the noobs stop spamming altcoins in the chat. You know what I mean? When there's hype, they will come. Yeah, 48K, the noobs will be back. We were all noobs at some point, man. That's the funny thing about markets, dude. We're all noobs at some point. Shout out to Saywan. Shout out to Wayne. Bitcoin will never hit 9K again, in my opinion, because all the available float will be bought up long before the price ever got that low. Yeah, I mean, I would agree. You know, and I know there's still people calling for like 9K and 6K and shit like that. I think that's a little bit of a pipe dream. I don't think that. I think that's a pipe dream. You know. Let's see. Who else is in here? Shout out to Anderson. I love Anderson, man. Shout out to Crip Yellow Vest. We are shoulders. We are shoulders, man. When you see celebs pushing it again in the public, you know it's hype time. True. I think it's going to take more for that to happen now. And that actually could be bullish, right? Celebrities might be scared to push crypto this time, you know? And I think that could mean that Bitcoin could go higher before the hype comes, you know? And that could be fun. A bit of a pipe dream. Franco said, I bought Bitcoin at 60K, then lost money. Therefore, Bitcoin is a scam now. All the people on Reddit Bitcoin will be back bullish. It's a cycle. It's a cycle. It's Bitcoin's a scam. Bitcoin's the future of finance. Bitcoin's a scam. Bitcoin's the future of finance. Over and over and over again. Shout out to MS. Watching your stream since January 2022. Love the craziness here. I'm also 22 and I just broke up with my girlfriend. So your company means a lot. Let's make millions. Listen, man. If you ain't happy in your relationship, you want to be single going into the bull market. If you ain't happy in your relationship. Right? So if it would ever going to happen at a good time, now is the time. So congratulations, my man. Right? Congratulations, bro. But, you know, shout out to you. Thanks for coming in. We're going to have a good time. The next 2 years are going to be so fun. It's going to be a fantastic time. You know, the last 2 years have sucked. You know, they have, you know, but we're at that point where it's going to start getting interesting, guys. You know, you're going to start getting the anticipation and people trying to front run stuff. And this is where it gets fun. You know, it's going to be volatile. You're going to have massive drops, right? You're going to have big pumps. You're going to have massive drops too. Even when things are bullish, you're still going to have 20, 30% drops that make you shit your pants, right? It's going to happen. But, you know, here's the thing. And I truly mean this. I know it's kind of a meme to say, if you made it this far, you made it. You have. Because if you made it, if you're still in the market at this point, I don't think you're leaving anymore. I don't know. I just don't think you're leaving anymore. You know? Shout out to Anderson. Anderson's became a member. Shout out to you, man. I love it. I absolutely love it, bro. Thanks for that, dude. Thanks for that, dude. Appreciate you, man. Why? Shout out to you, bro.
Watching you stream since January 2022. Love the craziness here. Also am 22 and just broke up with GF, so your company
this is playing
means
way
a lot.
late.
Let's make millions.
Yeah. Oh, I like that sound. I'm eating peanuts to survive. QM, you're not eating peanuts, bro. And if you are, peanuts are a great way to survive. They have a lot of calories in a low amount of food. And they have protein and fats. They're a very good way to survive. Shout out to Don't Worry. He said 4 minutes. 4 minutes until...
The daily close!
Bitcoin 29,673. Once again, me hopping on the stream has marked a local top. Like always. Dude, it's been like that. It's been like that for the last couple of days too. Whenever I'm not streaming, Bitcoin's moving up. Whenever I'm streaming, it does nothing. I swear it just might be the times that I choose to come on. I don't know. But it doesn't matter what time. It doesn't matter if it's the morning or midday or night. It's every time, dude. It's every time, man. Anyways. What else can we look at here? Not too much. I think the big thing is obviously stocks getting pummeled, but you look at Bitcoin dominance, and I know this is not what we should be looking at, but I think this is getting very interesting. And we've said this, man, above 52% is a straight line to 57%. And I gotta believe this, guys. I mean, we look at this, and I want to show you guys this. Okay, look at all the breakouts on Bitcoin dominance, right? And I know Bitcoin dominance can mean Bitcoin can go up or down. It doesn't really tell you direction, but look at all the breakouts on Bitcoin dominance higher, right? Look at the breakout. See how we had this dip, and then we pumped. Look at this breakout. When did this happen? This happened on January 10th. When we broke up higher, right, on January 12th, where was that for Bitcoin USD? January 12th was when Bitcoin started this massive move up, right? If we go to the next one, when Bitcoin dominance got a next leg higher, right here on March 13th, where was that for BTC? That was March 13th, was this candle right here where Bitcoin started to absolutely rip higher, right? It made a new high. If you look at right here, when Bitcoin dominance broke out and pushed higher, where was that? June 10th. Where was that on Bitcoin USD? June 10th was right here when Bitcoin was pretty close to a low and we pushed up and made a new high. And then again, right here, Bitcoin dominance, right? Breaks out. It goes higher on September 17th. Bitcoin September 17th, where was it? Right here. Right before we just had a significant rally. What is it doing now? Bitcoin dominance, absolutely ripping to the upside, right? So what we've seen, and I think this is important, as Bitcoin dominance has moved up the whole year, that has meant Bitcoin USD has gone higher, not lower, right? So as long as Bitcoin dominance moves up, I'm being bullish on BTC because that's what it's meant the whole year. On all these breakouts, it's meant Bitcoin has gone higher, right? And we're seeing it now. We're seeing this thing breaking out of the most important level in the chart, in my opinion, which is 52%, and I'm seeing a straight line of 57%, which makes me very, very bullish on Bitcoin USD. You know, because if this gets a move up like this, oh my God, I don't know what would happen, but I think that's coming. And that's when you get the 57%ish, between 57 and 60%, that's when I think altcoins become very, very appetizing. That's when altcoins become very, very appetizing. And we're almost there. I said this, man. We're almost there. How we get there, I don't know. I don't know if it's Bitcoin moves higher and alts move slightly higher. I don't know if it's Bitcoin moves lower and altcoins move more lower. I hope it's option number one, which means altcoins don't go that much lower. But man, it's going to get crazy, dude. DXY is still strong. The DXY is holding support. That's the one thing, we got to watch. But yeah, so far so good, man. So far so good. 51.6 cycle since Bretton Woods. Second phase of Bitcoin dominance going up is when alts also go up. They went up 200% last year before Bitcoin dom peaked. I'd be down, bro. I want everything to go up. Listen, I might sit here and I might not be that bullish on altcoins. I want them to go up. Right? It's not that I want them to go lower. It's just how the cycles usually go. I would prefer if everything just mooned, right? I mean, that would just make it significantly better. Alts pulled their head out of dirt today. They did. It was awesome, man. That's what I want to see, dude. That's what I want to see. I mean, if we look at the the total 3 chart, we're right back at resistance, right? We're at the bull market support band. So that's when all the rallies have stopped. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 altcoin seasons have stopped. Altcoin seasons have stopped at the bull market support band, right? So will this be the time where we start to break higher? It would be cool. And then I would just take this magnet and put it up here. That would be cool. Anyways, Bitcoin's literally just grinding up. Someone is twapping the shit out of this thing, dude. The twap is so real, man. It is so real, man. The twap is so real on the honey badger, bro. Drunk Bear said, I can't believe you're all here on a Friday night. What nerds? Drunk Bear, no one goes out anymore. I don't think you realize this. Young people don't go out anymore. They all don't go out. Last time I went to like a bar, bro, there was no one there. It was empty. It was literally empty. No one goes out anymore, man. And that's why I said, dude, soon the metaverse is going to be popular. Because people will just party in there, Shout out to all my fellas in here. When Vitalik happy and clappy again? Right now.
Happy and clappy. Vitalik is impressed.
Shout out to Anderson. He gifted a member too. You're the homie, man. Let's see. Hook said, I haven't been here in a month. First night back. Called a nerd. We're all nerds, bro. We are all nerds. 1 a.m. here. CVID ruined everything. It did. It did, man. It changed how a lot of people thought about the world. A lot of people don't go out anymore because of COVID, you know? It is what it is. It is what it is, man. I mean, the honey badger's real. Who's twapping this, man? Guys, who do you think is twapping this? Because this ain't small money buying in. Right? I mean, the twaps. You look at the short-term time frames, you can see the twappage, right? You go to like the 5 minute, like this, like these type of moves up where you barely move down, like the twappage price action, if you know what I mean. Where like all even little pullbacks just get bought up. Who's twapping this? QM thinks China's twapping it. Oh, Lord. Peter's in a short. Ah, man, I hope it goes down a little bit for you. You take some profits, bro. I'm a twop. We're all twops. Man, this is some good stuff. I'm going to take off the honey badger face because it's retail. Nah, it ain't retail. I don't believe this is retail buying this shit. It's probably retail. Retail's pooping their pants, but I also think once again I find it hard to believe that, because how would retail think? To me, I think retail would go look at the stock market and say, I'm bearish because the stock market's moving down, right? And I've done this before, right? Where I've been like, I'm bearish because the stock market's moving down. But when I go look at the stock market, when I go look at the S&P 500, where did it close this week? It closed right in the 50 band. And what do we know about the 50 band on the weekly? That acts as support so many freaking times, right? The 50 band on the weekly acts as support so many freaking times. So the way I look at this is, we got a breakdown, right? What better way to fool than the breakdown into the 50 band, right? And if you know anything about the 50 band, it acts as support so many freaking times, you know? You go look at the NASDAQ. Where is it? At the bottom of the flag. And this is what gets me feeling even better, because if the S&P and the NASDAQ bounce next week with Bitcoin already going up, that's going to be crazy. That's going to be crazy, you know? And I think they will bounce. I think they will bounce, bro. I think they will bounce, man. I think retail, the way retail's thinking, I think right now, and I think it shows in the price action, is, wait, Bitcoin's supposed to be going down. Everyone telling me recession's coming. Literally everyone telling me recession's coming. Everyone, even my grandma, talking about how inflation is so bad and how everyone is broke and stock is moving down. Why are we moving up? Why did stocks go up all the way to all-time high this year? Doesn't make any sense, man. I will wait until recession to buy. You know, and you know, I think we're gonna get one of those. We're gonna get one of those recessions at some point, you know. But my thinking is, you gotta let the price action do the talking, man. You gotta let the price action do the talking, man. You know? And I said this before. All the major crashes have happened after euphoric periods. right? 2001, euphoric period, right? 2008, dude, market was going nuts in 2008, right? Real estate was going nuts because everyone could get a damn mortgage. It was a bubble. 2000, you had the tech crash, massive crash. It was euphoric. Those things always happen after euphoria. And when I look at what describes euphoria is Bitcoin and crypto going up, because that's just like max euphoria. That's just like max greed. Greed becomes before fear. And I've been guilty of this too. It is letting like stuff change my mind, and greed comes before fear. And I think we got greed before we get all that fear and oh my God, like this is happening and all this shit. But when you look at the markets, they're all going up. You know, it is what it is. This is the euphoric move. This ain't euphoric. This ain't euphoric at all. Let's see. DJ said dummies be like, is Hex still a good investment? Man, Hex. Oh my God, man. I mean, I there was one guy in the middle of there was one guy who was calling me an idiot because Hex, this can happen to any other altcoin, but who knows? OG Yomi said ETC pump incoming. Watch, downtrend break coming. OG, I believe you, my friend. You called the last AVAX pump. I got to give you some credit on the AVAX move. I'm going to believe you with ETC, bro. Should we bring up the old ETC fractal for fun? We used to have an ETC fractal, but I think time-wise it's over. You know what would be a funny fractal to look at actually? Is Doge. I haven't looked at this in a while. Not that I am going to look at this and say, oh my God, this is going to play out 100%, but I kind of want to look at Doge. Let's take this, and let's take this, and let's just take the top of Doge. I'm just curious. We used to look at this, and just for fun, this is just for fun. Let's put Doge here and see where we're at time-wise. Time-wise on Doge, it would tell us that we're somewhere right here. Right? I mean, if you mark the bottom on Doge, it would actually say we're right here. You know? Just for fun. The bottom was right here. We've kind of been following it pretty nicely. But time-wise,
etc. Pump incoming.
We're like right here.
Downtrend break coming.
Well, anyways, I don't really want to talk about fractals. Fractal schmackles. Fractal schmackles. Anderson called the AVAX move. He did. Are you bull on Zilliqa? Bro. Here's the thing, Alf. This is no shade on Zilliqa. Bro, if I'm bullish on one altcoin, I'm bullish on all of them. You know what I mean? I think you got to look at the altcoin market as one. Are you bullish on alts or not? In the big picture, right? You can get individual ones that have individual moves, obviously, right? But you got to be like, am I bullish on altcoins or am I not bullish on altcoins? And that will answer the question of, am I bullish on Zilliqa or am I not bullish on Zilliqa, right? There's no of, I'm bullish on Cardano but bearish on AVAX, right? Or I'm bullish on OP but bearish on ARB. You know what I mean? It's like they're gonna move together. Godzilla said I just FOMO'd into alts. Nice, dude. Nice, man. Nothing could go wrong. I'm bullish on mother effing Chili's. Let's go, dude. Alrighty. Am I bullish on Zilliqa? I would say I think there's better options. Zilliqa had its cycle. You know, it had its cycle. Are you bullish on altcoins? I don't think bullish is the right word. I wouldn't call bullish the right word. I'm going to continue with this statement. Risk versus reward. You can't just say I'm bullish or bearish on altcoins. Because if I'm bullish on altcoins, I'm bullish on Bitcoin. And I'm going to continue to say this. Would I rather have my money in Bitcoin or altcoins right now? I would rather have my money in Bitcoin right now, right? If I was sitting here right now and I had a chance, I could buy an altcoin or Bitcoin. What would I feel more comfortable buying? I'm buying damn Bitcoin, right? I would feel way more comfortable to the upside and to the downside, actually. Way more comfortable right now buying Bitcoin. So it's not as like, am I bullish or bearish on altcoins? It's just I'd rather own Bitcoin than altcoins at the moment. That will change when greed comes back. We're not at that greedy stage yet. We're still at the no one cares stage, right? You need Bitcoin to go higher for greed to come back. You know, there will be a time where I'd rather hold altcoins than Bitcoin. Not yet. I'd rather hold Bitcoin. Then later, I'd rather hold the altcoins. I don't care about timing the bottom on the altcoin. You know, you don't need to time the bottom. Alan, what's up, bro? Good to see you, dude. I am scared.
You are. That's what it looks like.
That's not scared.
Yeah, like
We could have said that 2 weeks ago when alts went lower.
No, in general, like you are not putting money in altcoins
Because it makes sense to buy Bitcoin more.
Yeah, but like
It makes sense to buy Bitcoin to the upside and to the downside. Alan, check TRB short term. Potential bull trend break into the downside. Bull trend breaking to the downside. TRB's been one where everyone's kind of been trying to short, and it just doesn't go down. Let's see. TRB. You got some bearish div on this. I mean, the problem is I go on Twitter and everyone's trying to short TRB. You know, everyone of their damn mother knows that, like, everyone's trying to short this shit. At some point, it's gonna go down, but you've just been squeezed.
Check TRB short term. Potential bull trend break to the downside.
You got lower highs and higher highs coming in, right? But this one just keeps squeezing up. You know, and it's tough to time these with Bitcoin moving up. It's tough to time these bad boys. TRB will spread its bum cheeks at $80. They will spread their bum cheeks at $80. The bum cheeks will spread. We probably take out this high. Let's take out this high. See these highs right here? See one high? Oh, shit. And two highs? 1, 2. Right? We get back above these. Slightly above these. Take out the stops. And then roll over probably. Is my guess. Probably slightly above 80. Probably like 90. And then we poop this shit back down. Unless things just go crazy. Let's see. Tell them. Oh my lord. Don't let's bring up the altcoin pairs. Let's bring up the altcoin pair charts. Joe, what do you think? USDT dominance 4.75% or 5%? BTC USDT dominance. Still in this little triangle. This has actually been pretty useful. This has been pretty useful. So like buying the dip for Bitcoin when this comes into the top of this resistance, and then buying the support when it comes into the support has been pretty useful. So the problem with this is this whole year it's held the bull market support band, right? Held it here, moved up, held it here, moved up. Now we're going back into it. So the question is, will this finally break down? That's the question. ETC's pumping. Nice, man. Nobody cares about Carlos anymore. Dude, I'm so sick of that whole drama, man. Like, no one gives a shit about any of that stuff anymore. Like, honestly, like, that is so that's the most pointless drama, man. You know what I mean? Like, that is such the most pointless drama, dude. You know, can we go back to talking about crypto? Honestly, the crypto space has just been a shit show for the last 3 months of crypto people fighting, drama between different crypto tubers. It's been a damn shit show. It's been a damn shit show. Let's see. What do you think of Ben Cowan's predictions? I think Cowan is playing the cycle correctly, right? I mean, and I said this the other day, like, you can hate Cowan all you want, but he's been correct. You know what I mean? Like, that's the thing. You can hate what someone's saying, but if they've been right, they've been right. You know, I mean, it is what it is. Have you not been better buying Bitcoin for the last 2 years than altcoins? You've been way better, probably like 90% better, right? That is a true statement. That is not a false statement, you know? And that's why I always like to say, you got to separate your emotions for what actually is happening, you know? It is what it is. Georgia's banishment. Exactly, Franco. I mean, it is what it is. Like, you got to separate emotions from fact. Cowan has not been correct on Bitcoin going forward. I mean, he hasn't been very correct on Bitcoin's moves, right? But I mean, trying to predict Bitcoin's moves is like trying to freaking pick from the dust. No one's been really able to do that this year, like to an exact T, right? But, you know, like I said, no one gets every Bitcoin move correct. Good luck. Good luck, man. Trying to predict Bitcoin's short-term price action, you're going to make yourself go insane. Even some of like the smartest people that I've seen, like that very, very good traders, have been wrong so many times this year. No one knows what's going to happen, you know? I think the only thing you can take from Bitcoin is just following the long-term cycle, and just following the cycle. That's what's worked. That's the only thing that's worked. You know, that's the only thing you can do. Following the cycles, and ignoring the short-term price action, ignoring the 15-minute time frame. You know. Let's do it together. All right, we got to get Bitcoin moving, man. This is ridiculous. It is the weekend, so I'm not expecting anything this weekend, but
The Daily Close!
hold on, we got a Karen. We got a Karen in the chat. Hold on, we got a Karen in the chat. Hold on. We got a Karen. Hold on.
Rant alert.
Let's let him have his time. He said, okay, thanks for skipping my question twice. Unsubscribed. I'm unsubscribing from you. I'm unsubscribing from you. What was the question? Let's go up and look at your question, man. Now I'm just curious what your question was. Let's go look at your question, how to. Thoughts on selling some XRP to buy pre-IPO Ripple? I'm happy I skipped your question. I am happy I skipped your question. I am very happy I skipped your question. Any question about XRP is a great skip. I'm just kidding. No, I'm not. I'm just kidding. No, I'm not.
I'm gonna set today if you don't own XRP, you are low IQ.
Bruh.
Okay? Can I be honest? I've always said this, man. Some of the guys in the space, right? I can see through some of this stuff. They like to push coins for views, and I've always said this. Okay. I've always said this. All right. Why XRP? You know, and I see some ridiculous stuff. Like, it's okay to be bullish, but like, bro, like, okay, it doesn't matter what I say or what I do, and you know, there's nothing wrong with owning XRP. It's gonna go up like everything else. But if you think XRP is like this game-changing thing, it's an altcoin, right? I mean, I bet 90% of coins will perform better than XRP in the bull market. 90% of coins will perform better than XRP in the bull market. I will make that statement right now. You know, doesn't mean it's not going to go up. It's going to go up. EOS went up last bull market. But come on, man. I can't do it. Yeah, sometimes I cannot do it. Eyes up. Clothes are like Shiba Inu. We're not Shiba Inus. We are Boos. We are Buddhas. No, I was gonna rant about the XRP fanboys because they have the most fans and people just are bullish on XRP for views. But you know, I'm not gonna go there. I am not gonna go there. I'm not gonna go there. You know, we're gonna keep it positive, and we all want XRP to go up. We do. I want XRP to go up because I've always said this: if XRP goes up, everything's going up because it ain't going up by itself. So let's do this. Let's do this. Let's see. Never heard it before in my life. No, I'm not sad. I sold 200 XRP yesterday for cost. Nice, man. You're already up like 7% on that trade. You're already up 7% selling XRP for cost in one day. Nice job, Ed. Now I know why they hate you. Oh, the XRP army hates me. They hate me. Like, could I get more views being bullish on the XRP for no reason, just because XRP? Yeah, of course. Of course. Of course I can. But I'll tell you, I'm not here to please no one. I'm just here to spit facts, you know? I'm a staunch... Franco, don't be saying that in chat, okay? Anyways, guys, we're waiting on 26,700 here for the corn. In the meantime, doesn't seem like much else is really moving here. Everything's pretty much flat on the new Saturday candle. What do we think? We think we're gonna get a Saturday pump? Wow, look at how bullish everyone is now. Will Bitcoin get back above 32K by the end of the year? 74% of people say yes. 74. If I asked this question 2 weeks ago, it would have been the opposite. You know, and I told you guys, people are going to be shitting their pants, feeling like they're going to be missing out. You know, we were saying this 3 days ago. I really started making the clickbait YouTube thumbnails. I did. But I actually didn't think they were clickbait. I was being dead serious with my clickbait. With me saying most will miss out. Right? Most are on the wrong side. I was being dead serious. Like, yes, you might thought it was clickbait, but I generally believe that. And we've seen it happen so far. And honestly, I think it's going to continue. It's been fantastic. Now, I know 73% is bullish now. Maybe it's time for a pullback and a quick long liquidation. Maybe we pull back to 29K now and take out the longs. Because it seems like people are getting a little bit too bullish. But, you know, it's absolutely fantastic. And the squeeze just continues. The squeeze, just look at the TWAP, even on a Friday night where Bitcoin hasn't done anything. This is the most, it's only been the close for 30 minutes. This is the most I've seen Bitcoin move on a weekend in months. And we've only been in the weekend for 30 minutes. This is like Bitcoin is already up on the weekend to $25. That is the most bullish weekend I've seen for Bitcoin in months. Yeah, this is crazy. Crazy shit, man. Let's see. BTC was always going to be 32K plus before year's end, probably before the end of October, actually. You think by the end of October? I think there's going to be a point where we see a long liquidation, because I think at some point the market's going to get a little bit too over exuberant and people are going to be like 100x longing, because right now we haven't really got any pullback. So people are feeling super confident with their 50, 100x longs. I think at some point there's going to be a quick liquidation to take out those guys, because honestly, like, guys, you don't need to use leverage right now. Buy Bitcoin spot, right? Even your altcoins, you might be DCAing, you don't need to be losing leverage. Just buy spot. All you need to do for the next 2 years is not get wrecked. Just survive. Don't use leverage and wipe your whole account. Buy spot, right? That's all you need to do. But I think people are going to get a little bit too over exuberant here. There's going to be a little bit of long liquidations coming at some point. Where does that come? I don't know. We could squeeze up one more time, and then get the long liquidation. But at some point, there's going to be a quick red candle to take those guys out, Low Lev. We crapped around this price for 2 months after the Luna dump. We crapped around this price for 2 months. We did, man. We did. Let's end this poll. Man. We did crab around this price for 2 months. I mean, we crabbed around this price for 2 months here too, right? From June to August, we crabbed here too, right? So we've crabbed multiple times. Bitcoin seems to love to crab in this zone, because now we're back in that old range, right? Look at the range, man. I mean, it's just a little range. It's here. This is just a big old range. And now we're back in that range. He loves the crab here. Buy spot and move it over a third world exchange. Yes. I'm 50x still small bet. Yeah, dude, go for it, man. You for fun. Let's see. Pullback range after next bull run, maybe. Lots of crabbing. I've been saying that 36, 38K level is bull market zone. Get above and hold that. I'm very, very bullish. Until then, I think it's going to go down. Maybe. The thing is, Bitcoin is one fickle mother effer. It's one fickle mother effer, man. My take is, we get back above here. We get back in this 2021 range, 2020, 2021 range. I don't see how you can be bearish if Bitcoin breaks back up into here. I don't see how you can be bearish, because then this is just one big deviation, right? And I don't see how you can be bearish if you get back above, right? Like, I think the level is like 31, 33K. That's like the last low right here. But I don't see how you can be bearish if you start moving up it back up into this old range, Oh man, I was hoping for some action today, man. Like, now I shouldn't have expected anything. It's the weekend, Let's see. 54 cents is my ADA entry too now. 54 cents? I got 30% Bitcoin, 6% ETH, Sol, ADA, FTM, and Doge. Nice, man. I would throw a new coin in there, my friend. I'm seeing a lot of Dino coins. Backtesting the January 2022 breakout is one extreme bearish view at a stretch. Fahid thinks Bitcoin 48K. Bass thinks 24 cents is my ADA entry. I like it, man. I like it. I like it, man. There's one of them. PYR, man. Back at the bottom of the range. We've been waiting for the magnet. Patiently waiting for the PYR magnet to the bottom of the range. We have finally hit the box of PYR. You know what that means, fellas. I'll buy ADA at 8 cents. 8 cents. I think that listen, you might be bearish on alts, but like 8 cents, that's crazy, man. You know, that's some crazy talk. You're gonna see a PYR back down here. You know what I'm saying? 15 cents for ADA, only entry there is. You think so? I think there's some stuff at interesting levels, like PYR here, right? Talked about this. I've been waiting for this box. We got that box. I think what's another good one? I think there's some interesting charts, I'd say. And like I said, I want to make this clear. All alts will bottom at a different time. You've already seen that. There's many alts that have bottomed back in November. There was many alts that bottomed in June last year. They all bottom at different times. Let's see. Where is... Oh, FTT. I know this is kind of a sleeper. I'm waiting for this FTT move back into this box too. Their rejection again. FTT almost at the bottom of the range again. But yeah. Other than that, we have a little patience. We have a little patience. Little patience. Boot said stacking rows. Let's look at rows. Rose, yeah, Rose has broken out of the wedgie and back tested. You're basically, I mean, if you look at this is like the low, right? The bear market low. Rose at 4 cents. I mean, I always like to say you gotta manage your own risk, right? I mean, Rose here. This has been a significant point of a bounce many times. It's just a matter of time. It's just a matter of time. FTT pumped like 15% or so the day you mentioned it. It did, man. It did. It trolls me. It doesn't want to go to my box. It never wants to get to my box. Ever, man. Once the head and shoulders is complete, 19K is my Bitcoin long. The head and shoulders. It'll be interesting to see if the head and shoulders plays out. It really will. It really will be interesting, you know, to see if the head and shoulders will play out. My thing is the 200-day moving average, I think is what gives me more thinking of the head and shoulders will not be a head and shoulders is my take, right? It's the break above the 200-day, and you know it is what it is. But you know, the breaks above the 200-day historically, in certain market conditions, has been very good. right? And I'll keep going back to the March test. And now we got the October test. And we're looking to push higher. Oh, man. All right, guys. I'm calling it a night. Not too much going on here. All the action happened during the day today. It's the weekend. If I had to guess, and how every weekend has played out, is probably a boring sideways chop weekend. Let things cool down a little bit. Let some of these indicators sort of reset, kind of like how we did over here. We just went sideways for a few days. If I had to guess, we probably get a little bit of a sideways, Saturday, Sunday, and then hopefully Monday we see a stock market bounce, and that can really get Bitcoin moving here. So let's see what happens. And just be patient, right? Now don't, it's going to be, I think it's going to be a slow grind, because the slow grind is more painful for the bears. A quick move up isn't that painful because it's done very, 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 very quick. A slow grind up, where we move up, we just go sideways, we move up again, very painful, because every time that we go sideways, the bears think it's going to dump, and instead it just goes sideways and resets and then moves up again. And that's how it's been the whole move up, is move up, sideways, move up, sideways, move up, sideways. Then we just move up and go sideways. Slow grind, man. Slow grind, right? Anyways, I'm out of here, guys. Have a fantastic night. Enjoy your Friday. And once again, stack sats and be ready to pounce when the time is right. Later. Oh, yeah, and I'll be on tomorrow. Peace.
Don't you know, pump it up.